Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys a story time. So I used to be a waitress in like a little tiny restaurant. It's a pizza place. I'm not gonna tell you guys the name, but mostly you guys will probably know because you guys are my family and my friends from school. I don't know if anybody else watches me that I don't know. So yeah, I used to work in a little restaurant. Okay, so basically this lady came in with her kids. They sat down. I put two tables together because we have really small square tables, and I put them together. So this part of this is important to the story so that you guys can know. So I'm gonna tell you guys. So the lady was sitting on this side of the table. So let me tell you guys. How can I tell you guys? Okay, so this is one table. They're squared, right? And this is another table. Just pretend they're the same size because I know they're not. So I put the tables like this. So the mom was sitting here and the dad was sitting over here, and then the kids were sitting like here and on this side. Just keep that in mind. So mom was sitting over here, dad was sitting over here. So right off the bat, when she started ordering and I started making a conversation with her, I knew, with the mom, I knew that she was like those type of people that says bad words in every single sentence, even if they're not mad, even if they're happy, even if they're sad. Like, she always has to say bad words in every sentence that she comes out of her mouth. So basically, she was ordering and she was like kind of ghetto. Like, you can tell by the way she talked and acted. And I'm not trying to be mean or like stereotypical or any of that, so I'm just gonna, that's a disclaimer so you guys can know, but I don't know any other way to explain the way she was. And there's nothing, I don't have anything against ghetto people, or like, I mean, that sounds really mean, right? But like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but you guys will see. So basically, when she was ordering, she was saying bad words like while she was ordering, like, let me get that shiz, and like stuff like that, you know. So I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't get offended. Like, nothing in that sort. So while she was ordering, I was taking her order. Then she goes, do you guys have pictures? And I was like, yes, ma'am, we do. And then she was like, okay, I want a picture of Coke and Sprite. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, we only have pictures for like beer. So I know in Peter Piper they like sell pictures like with Coke, Sprite, but where I live, which is in the south of Texas, like down there, we're all Mexicans. So that's, so you guys can also know that she was white. That's how I know she was white and that she wasn't from here, because she told me. And
I don't know if like any of my viewers don't know who I am, like, because this is what I think, I don't know. I think everyone that watches my videos knows me, because like I'm not famous or popular. Like, I'm a little loser. So anyways, I'm getting off.
So she had told me, oh, why don't you guys sell pictures? And I was like, we don't do that here, miss. And she was like, oh, it's because where I'm from. And she told me where she was from. I don't remember where. She was like, they have pictures. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, not here. And then she was like, oh, well, you should tell your effing boss to take that in consideration, something like that. But she didn't say it like mean, like that's just the way she talked. And she said it smiling, so I didn't take it in the bad way. I didn't get mad, I didn't get sad, I didn't like take it to the heart, you know. So I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I will, right? Just trying to be nice. So I go and I put her order in the system. Her order comes out, I take it to her, and everything's good, like perfectly fine. She was not mad, she was not screaming at me, she was not giving me attitude, she wasn't telling me anything, right? So I was like, oh, everything's good.
So as many of you guys may know, waitresses have to go every, like, there's not a specific time, right? But you have to go and see if the clients are doing okay, if they need any more Sprite or just to see if they're doing fine or if they need anything.
So I went a few times, I would say like 2 to 3 times while they were there. So all of a sudden, I'm over here. Oh, let me just tell you guys. So their table, they're literally sitting in the front of the restaurant. Like, the restaurant is really small, but they're sitting like way over here. And at this time when she was calling me, I was like way over here, because since the restaurant is really small, you would be cashier, you would be the waitress, and you would also serve beers at the same time. So I was in the bar, like, because my friend was there, the other waitress. So I was there talking with her, and I was like facing this way, and they were like over there. So when I was like this, like from the side of my eye, I just saw somebody going like waving their hand, right? So I'm like, oh, like, I don't know, I just turned around and it was her. And I was like, okay. So I started walking towards her table, And there's only like 8 tables there. It's a really, really small restaurant. So while I was walking to her table, she goes, "Over here, dumb bitch," but like in a rude, sarcastic way. And like, I was processing it when she said that. I was like, is she talking to me? Like, duh, obviously she was talking to me, right? But I was like, did I hear right? And I was just like, whatever, I probably didn't hear right. So I keep on walking towards her, and she's like with a sarcastic face, and I was like, okay. I was just like, I don't know, right? She's probably weird. So I go to her and I'm like, yes, ma'am. She's like, you guys have really bad hospitality. And she starts telling me like so many bad words, right? And she's like, stupid bitch, can you bring me a box to go? And I was like, sure. So I go to the back, I get the box, and I believe I got like a pizza box. Cause since like I said, we sell wings and pizza. So we have wing boxes and pizza boxes to go. So okay, so I go get the box and I take it to her, and I'm not sure which one I took her, but she was like, not that one, dumb bitch. And I was like, what do you need it for, ma'am? And then she was like, I need it for I don't know, either pizza or wings. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. And I go back and I give it to her. Once I gave her the box, I just gave it to her, and I didn't say anything. I just turned around and I went back to the bar area, and I told my coworker, I was like, this lady's like cussing to me, and I don't know, like, I didn't want to be her waitress anymore, but it was only me and another girl. And I was like, I'm not gonna go over there anymore, like, cause she's cussing me out, and she already did it twice, and I haven't done anything to her. She was like, are you sure you haven't done anything bad? I'm like, no, I haven't done anything. Like, I don't know why she's cussing at me. So basically, I was like, you know what, I can't do that to my friend, because I would not like it if she would do that to me. Like, if she has a bad customer, she's like, you know what, you take it from here. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, she's probably gonna leave already, so let me just stand here and let me just ignore her. So basically, I'm just there standing like this, and then I see her daughter comes, and she's like, my mom's calling you. Like, she was really sweet. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I go, and I'm like so nervous. I'm guessing my face was like red or something, I don't know, but I felt so nervous because I was like, what else is she gonna tell me? So I go, and then she's like, can I have the receipt, dumb bitch? And I was like, sure. And keep in mind, her husband was there the whole time. He never said anything. So the second time around that I went, when she was being rude to me, was when I gave her the pizza box. He got mad, like, at the way she was being, but he never said anything. Like, I don't know if he's scared of his wife or like she's crazy, but basically he stood up and he left. So when her daughter came to me about that her mom was calling me, when I went, her mom wasn't there. Her father wasn't sitting down anymore. It was just a mom with the kids. So then I go and I get the receipt and I go back, and he's back by this time, right? He's sitting down and he's just like, so I'm like, who do I give it to, ma'am? And then she goes like, she literally goes like that, because well, I'll just say this right now. So she rolls her eyes at me and she's like, to me, dumb bitch. And I'm just like, okay. So I just give it to her, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's wrong with this lady. I don't know why she's being so rude to me. So basically, her husband just goes like, and I asked her, because I don't know if, I mean, this is what I think, right? Mostly when you go to a restaurant, if you're with your family, like your wife and your husband, the husband always takes the receipt. Most of the time that would happen to me, right? So that's why I asked her, who would I give it to you or to your husband? And that's when she's like, to me, dumb bitch. And I was like, okay. So I just gave it to her, and by this time I was done with her. I was like, you know what, screw her. I'm not gonna be nice to her anymore. I'm just gonna ignore her. I'm just gonna give her her stuff and she can leave. So I just leave that like that. So after I give her the receipt, I go back to the bar, and I'm like standing there, and I see somebody walking to the cash register. So like I said, when you're a waitress, you also charge people. So I see and I look, and it's her husband. So I go over there and I charge him, and I'm just like with my face, right? Because I was mad. Like, hello, can't you see your stupid wife like telling me off? And he didn't say anything. So when he sees me, we made eye contact, and he just went like, and that was enough for me. Like, I know I'm being mean, and I was mean at the time, but I was really mad. So I just rolled my eyes at him, and I gave him the money, and he went outside. So after that, I'm just like, she's gonna get her stuff and she's gonna leave, right? So no, I was wrong. So I don't know why they called me, and I go back and I was like, yes, like, I was being sarcastic at this time. So then she gets up from her chair like that, and I was like, okay, what's wrong with her? So she starts telling me off, like, dumb bitch, I don't know what, like making these signs and going like that to me. I was like, heck no, she ain't gonna try to beat me up right here in front of everyone. Keep in mind, she was like 30 some years old. I was like 17, 16 at the time. I'm 18. I believe I was 16 years old. Like, on the inside, I was scared. Like, I was so scared. I was like, she's gonna beat me up because I've never gotten in a fight, right? And I'm like so thin and I'm so skinny. And she wasn't like thick and like overweight. She wasn't as skinny as me, but I'm like, she's gonna beat the poop out of me because I don't know how to fight, never got in a fight. I don't know how to defend myself. So I was so scared. I was like, ah! Like when I saw her go like, and when she was doing this, she was walking towards me. She was walking towards me. This is what I think, to beat me up. And I was like, oh my god. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I literally told her that. And I rolled my eyes at her and I walked so fast. I didn't run because I was embarrassed for everyone to be like, oh my god, she's scared that they're going to beat her up. But I walked so fast, no joke, to the back, like where the cooks are. And I told like all the cooks out, because they're all guys. And I started crying. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I wasn't crying yet. So I was like, oh my god, this lady, she's being so mean to me. This is what she did to me. And they're like, why didn't you tell us anything? Like, we could have gone up there and told her to leave. And I was like, I don't know, I didn't know what to do and whatever. So I was over here like stressing out, and they were like, call the cops because she's gonna do something to you. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna call the cops. That is so embarrassing. Everyone's gonna see that I don't know how to defend myself and da. So basically they ended up calling the cops for me, and I was like, oh my god. Like, once they called the cops, I started crying. So the cops come, and she's still sitting there with her kids, like, so you know the cops light, like you can see the lights, right? So the doors you can see like outside when you're inside the restaurant. So I believe her and her daughters saw the lights, right? So they went running to the restrooms. I was told this. I didn't see this because I stayed in the back, because the cops told me to stay in the back while they got there. So I stayed in the back, and the cops got there. And I went outside. I told them everything that happened. They were like, I'm sorry. Next time you call the cops because she was harassing you. And is there any witnesses? And blah, 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 blah. And so basically when I was talking to them, another cop was inside trying to talk to her. So I was told this, what I'm about to tell you guys. So they told me that the cop was there waiting for like 10 minutes. She never went outside while I was outside talking to the other cop. They didn't see her. They were like, where's the lady? And now they had asked one of my coworkers, like, did she leave? And she was like, no, she hasn't left because her purse is there and all of that. So he's like, check in the restroom. She was in the restroom hiding with her daughters because she didn't want to get in trouble. So they were waiting for her to get out of the restroom because they were like, oh, she's probably just taking her daughters to the restroom or something. But no, she was hiding because she knows she did something wrong. So after her never like leaving the restroom, a cop had to go in and was like, ma'am, you need to get out of the restroom. So they make her get out of the restroom. And they're like, so we were called and you need to leave because this and this happened. And she was like, excuse me, like acting all innocent. My coworker told me this, I didn't see. She was like, I never did any of that. I never told the waitress that. The only thing I told her was they have really bad hospitality. And when my coworker told me this, I was like, oh my god, I wanted to beat, like, I was so mad. I was like, what? Did she really say that? And the cops had to ask like the other people that were eating there if it was true, and they all said, like, they all saw that she was being really rude to me. So basically they made her leave, and guess what she did? She stayed there like another 10 minutes sitting down because they were giving her time to leave, right? She was like, let me get my stuff and let me get my food, let me finish eating, whatever. So she's there. Keep in mind, they had already finished eating. They've been there for like an hour or two, like an hour and a half. So she's just there, and I'm guessing she was waiting for me to come back because the cops went outside to talk to me, but I think she thought that I was still inside, or I don't know, but she was still there. So I was like, when is she gonna leave? Because I don't feel safe going inside there until she leaves. And they were like, oh, you don't have to go in yet until she leaves. We already told her that she has to leave, so she's gonna leave. So I was like, okay. So I'm there waiting because I have all these customers, all these tables that belong to me, but she never left. So I was like, when is she gonna leave? But basically she ends up leaving, but she stays in her car for like an hour. The cops left by this time, right? So I was like, oh my god, she's gonna beat me up when I get out of here. I was like, why is she waiting? Like, she needs to leave. They told her she needs to leave. And she went like around 8. That day we closed like at 11, I believe. So I was like, oh my god, she better leave. And she finally left like at 10:30, somewhere around there. And So we go in the restroom, and guess what she did in the restroom? I go in because we also have to clean the restrooms once we close. So I go in the restroom to clean. There had not been anyone in there, like any girls. Right when I open the door, I see a trash bag, and like obviously it's a trash bag from the trash can. So I'm like, what? And then I turn around, and the trash can is thrown on the floor. So I'm like, oh my god, like no. So then I see all these like paper towels and like poop on the floor, like the, what is that called, like when people do the restroom and they just throw the trash in the trash, right? Whatever they use the toilet paper to clean their freaking poop and all of that, it was thrown on the floor. And I was like, did she just do that? So then I go, like, okay, so the where you wash your hands and where the actual restroom is, like I said, it's a really small restaurant, so there's only like one, like that's how where you sit down to do the restroom, and there's only one thing where you wash your hands. I don't know how to explain this stuff. So where you wash your hands, it's like when you enter, it's the thing where you wash your hands, then there's a door, and then there's the actual like thing where you sit on to do the restroom. So I'm like, oh my god, so all that mess that I saw, it was where you wash your hands. Then I opened the door to go in where you do the restroom, and it was clogged. The water was like all the way up because she had thrown the trash bag and the trash that was left inside there. And I was like, are you serious with this lady? But I was like, you know what, I'm done with her. I'm just glad she's gone. So basically that was like my worst story from there. And I'm sorry I keep on looking like up here, over there, over here. I don't know, I'm just like, I just can't believe what happened that day. So I was like, I can't believe that happened to me. Like yo tengo like I have really bad luck with people. Like I was only there for like almost 7 months. Excuse me. So the whole time I was there, that had never happened to anyone except for me. From all the years that my friend worked there, because she's worked there for years, nothing like that has ever happened to her. So I'm gonna tell you guys, so I have 4 other stories that happened to me there that are like scary stories. Well, not as scary as that one because that was the worst one. But if you guys want me to tell you guys those stories, leave a comment down below so I can tell you guys, because they're juicy stories. So basically that was like my worst ever waitress like bad situation that happened. If you guys enjoyed this story, so give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you can get notified every single time I post a new video, because I'm gonna be trying to post at least 2 times a week or at least once a week. And thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.